Greetings, welcome to the Prime Directive. I'm your host, Jeffico. My co-host is always Chris. Say hi, Chris.
Hello.
Chris, I don't know if I've said it enough, but I fucking love Pike.
What Pike?
Captain Pike. In his yellow uniform.
Gorgeous. There has been a lot of, or at least it seems like there's been a lot of division among the Star Trek fandom over Discovery, whether you like it or, you think it has flaws or you just hate it or, however you fall on the spectrum. There's a lot of different people with a lot of different opinions, but I feel like everybody loves Pike. I haven't seen anything bad to say about Anson Mount or his portrayal here.
I have some friends that just didn't get into Discovery, and I'm just like, how do I get them into Discovery? Like, do I tell them watch season 1, or do I tell them to skip it and just watch season 2? Because I think that might be the way to do it. Like, watch season 2, fall in love with Pike. Yeah, he's not in season 1, but now if you're interested in Discovery, then you can go back watch season 1 knowing it does get better.
Yeah, it gets better. He's been great. And yeah, as long as we're talking about Pike, that wink, man. That wink. There's so much going on.
Georgiou's saying like, I'm Taryn and I'm from your mirror universe.
By the way, and that's such a weird thing to say.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, I killed your whole family. Energize.
But it's also kind of, she's just there to fuck with people, right?
She likes getting in their heads. But like, I believed him when he's just like, what mirror universe? And then he winked.
Yeah, he's like, you think you're fucking with me? I'm gonna fuck with you.
I'm Taryn, by the way, from your mirror universe.
What mirror universe?
He was awesome. That was such a good moment. And like, it was touching when he's talking to people and he's just like, Spock, there are no words. Like, you believe there's some history between them, even though we've never seen it.
Yeah, you feel it. And we know that there's going to be more history between them. So that the menagerie really suggests that there's a lot that's gone on between Spock and Pike. These are two people that really bonded and really trust each other. And we're seeing, shades of that here again. These are two people that have gone through a lot together.
Yeah, and still a lot more to go because, it's going to be first officer at some point, probably under Pike.
Mm-hmm. And, I need that Pike series now. Everyone's clamoring for one, and so am I.
People are like, they put too much effort into the Enterprise bridge to just be like a one-off. It's like, that's Discovery. They just
throw money. Netflix spam for it.
I take personal attack, insult, and stuff when they change canon things, and it's like, it's not a small rectangle like they should for the view screen of the Enterprise bridge, but it really doesn't. Oh, it's so good.
No, it's so good. That kind of stuff doesn't really bother me.
Is it orange?
The screen isn't the same shape, guy. Like, whatever, man. It makes the same noises. It's got the colors.
And they got the rails too. But Georgiou's is like, orange. Like, isn't it red? Is my color feed weird? I don't know. I thought it was always red.
And she's already seen a Constitution class ship, so what the heck is she complaining about?
Yeah. Well, maybe it wasn't painted as cool.
Yeah, maybe.
Captain Georgiou, welcome to the Enterprise.
Orange? Really? Yeah.
This episode starts out with Tilly babysitting recap, so we know that's going to take place here.
Mm-hmm.
Sarek's chilling at the beach, and his wife brings him some soup.
Yeah.
It's really cold at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And they decide, we got to go visit Burnham, because this is a good time for visits.
Yeah, we've seen something, man.
How did they even get there?
I guess we can get into that now. A lot of the issues I've had with Discovery and just some of the writing and the little nitpicks, it really feels like the scripts could have used another pass or two. Just people looking for
They have a canon
issues.
police.
Well, this isn't really canon police.
Yeah.
There's something canonically wrong with it. But if Sarek and Amanda had time to shuttle there, surely the Discovery had time to send a shuttle for help somewhere or something like that.
Yeah, you would think. Let's say threw a captain up there 2 weeks ago or something.
Yeah,
but they didn't.
they're saying that they got we've seen through the Katra connection that it's real time. Sarek isn't getting premonition, so he can't have gotten that until they were in trouble and needed help. So where the heck were they, and where did you come from? And Did that scene where they showed up and then immediately left, by the way, really even add anything, like, for this headache to be worth it?
It added a headache for me because it was more gushing over Burnham and how brave she is.
But yeah, I mean, there wasn't like anything terribly wrong with the scene. There were emotions other than it was like the 5th crying scene we'd had this episode.
Yeah, it was also like it sort of kind of set up things with Spock and his dad. Like, yeah, he loves his son, but he's gonna keep his distance because his son wants him to.
Yeah, and this is
because when you see him in TOS, they are not friends.
Yeah, and it's sort of the same issue I had with like the last season of Game of Thrones, where we're losing our sense of scale. Right? And even more so, it's just internally inconsistent. Apparently, the Discovery can't reach anywhere in time, but Sarek and Amanda can show up and leave in time.
We had tried to reach you through Starfleet. Control took down our subspace relays. We only have ship-to-ship.
That felt weird, and maybe that's a smaller issue than deserves this much time, but
yeah,
that bugged me a little bit.
At least they took the spore drive offline, because that was something that destroys, like, you know, any time.
Yeah. The spore drive's something, you know, it's a lot like the replicator, where it's like, wait a minute, doesn't this technology just solve all our problems, so we have to figure out some way to write around it?
Yeah, Kazon need water.
Yeah.
Give him some water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's almost 3 minutes of narration from Burnham at the start of this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, relax, guys.
You know what? I can dig more captain's logs, first officer's logs, that kind of format.
Is she even the first officer? I know she got a rank
doing
back,
some. She's
but
doing commander's
she's below
log.
Saru.
Yeah, but they're co-captaining.
Maybe in the future. We'll discuss it when we get there. That's what they said.
Yeah.
So Pike talks to her, but she decides to touch the time crystal, you know, see her death, see a
lot
giant,
of people's
like,
death.
Was that a torpedo that's lodged in the Enterprise hull there?
Yeah, apparently that's actually right around the captain's quarters.
Oh, that's
I was seeing people saying that, yeah.
Poor Pike.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's not going to hurt him, don't worry.
Yeah, we know he lives.
Yeah, he's fine. Ship's fine. We know that too.
Yeah, we do.
Welcome home, Captain.
Good to be back. Wish it were under better circumstances.
Don't we all? All major systems are back online, and we'll have no more holographic communications. Ever.
Probably for the best.
They go onto the bridge, and it's beautiful, of course.
Mm-hmm.
We get to see number 1 again. That was pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And they decide, okay, like, self-destruct didn't work, so let's shoot it. Of course the shields are going to come up. The spirit data has been taking control, and now we know that the spirit data is totally going to evolve into Zora.
Oh,
the ship is just going to become Zora.
It's, Zora, and I'm going to say the sphere data plus Arium's memories. And that's how we get our Zora.
Yeah, it makes sense. There are some funny little lines like, Pike's like, there will never be another one like it. Like he's promising the fans. And then Spock's just like, Discovery's very existence is a problem.
Yeah.
I'm just like, there's been so many lines from Pike throughout this, like, temper your expectations
a little
and things
bit
like
too
that.
meta.
It's been perfect. It's just like, for fans that are upset about season 1, relax. Pike's got some jokes for you.
He's got you. He's got your back.
Yeah. Burnham decides she must go to the future. I wonder if they'll notice a missing shuttle that Kraft stole. Yeah, the AI gave it to him. She's not in command of that ship.
No.
So they're back to figuring out Burnham was in the suit. Like,
yes.
Duh.
Yeah. I guess it had to be.
Yeah.
Aye.
I really I like Georgiou. Like, let's blow up the sun and create a supernova that way. I thought there were no bad ideas.
We're not doing that. I thought there were no bad ideas.
That's a lie.
That's a bad one.
That's a bad idea.
Yeah. No, we never said that. There are bad ideas. Don't share them.
Yeah.
We could just kill everybody and they might slip on our corpses. Spore jump to Zahil, and we get to see the Queen. Her and Tilly basically BFFing. Here's some ice cream.
Yeah. And
I could never figure out how to make it not go.
they can recrystallize to lithium, but replicators are beyond them. And this is the same complaint again, but this sort of re-raises the question I had when watching the short trek, is where the hell are they? Where they could, apparently they've got a spore jump to this place, they're not even in the Federation. So what were they doing close enough to this planet in the first place that Poe could smuggle herself on board and then was within transporter range of getting back?
Yeah, and they make it sound like it's a very important planet.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I do like, though, that, like, we are finally seeing some, like, connections to these short treks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Saru one was cool, but, like,
Yeah.
I like that this one, and I feel like the Craft one's on the horizon.
Yeah, and that was sort of something we were suspecting when we were watching these. But yeah, it is nice to see these little stories intertwined in that kind of way. It's something we haven't gotten before in Star Trek.
Yeah, like when you're watching them, it's just like I'm telling people, like, you might not need to watch it. They say there's going to be some connection, but, I'm waiting for, see Harry Mudd show up in the last episode. Connection!
Yeah. No, I think that one was just for fun. Unless it's a sneaky season 3 kind of thing. Who knows?
Oh, he'll be back season 3, of course.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of speeches from Burnham. Everybody's saying goodbye. In fact, I believe it's Kayla gets the most development I've ever seen out of her from her goodbye speech.
We are only allowed to learn about the bridge characters when they're about to die.
You're my rock, Tazzy. Every test I tanked, the 28 times I wanted to quit. And after my injury, it only takes one person, I guess, to save another.
Yeah. That is the only reason. Yeah, we got a little bit about Kayla. We got a little more for Oshikun. We already knew her parents were Luddites, but...
They didn't like her going to Starfleet?
Yeah, they didn't like her going to Starfleet. It's too much space, too much technology, that kind of thing.
A little callback again to the short where Tilly's, Mom, I hope you're proud of the fact that I'm proud of me.
Which actually is reasonable character development for Tilly, good for her confidence.
Yeah. Be proud of yourself. Don't care what your parents say.
Yeah.
I felt CGI was off a few times, like on the ships on the outside, but then they really pulled it back with the planet and that.
Yeah.
So, Chris, let's talk about the love story here. Tyler and Burnham kissing and crying.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want her to go to the future.
I feel like when they were casting for Burnham, it was just like, how well can you cry? That's what you do here.
I've been chased by the dead for 6 seasons. All right, you're hired.
Yeah.
Yeah, he decides that he's going to stay behind so that control doesn't happen and he can stop it because, he's at the top of Section 31 now? I guess everybody's dead.
Yeah, there's no one else.
Might as well put the person that Federation didn't trust whatsoever in charge of Section 31.
That's not what he's going for. He's going for the Klingons. We're gonna see, this is going to be like the Defector in TNG, when Picard's got those 2 Klingon warbirds just decloak as backup. It's gonna be sick shit.
Yeah. That'd be sweet. I want to see that D7 just blow the shit out of things.
Yeah.
Show me some upgraded firepower other than that slow 1 torpedo.
It's coming. It's coming.
Brace yourself for impact. Now, Captain, give it time. You lied to me, Chris. You said there were multiple shower scenes in this one.
It's getting harder to get you to watch Disco.
Yeah, I got some down in it, so that was good. I did not enjoy that flash forward by Burnham watching Nan get double tapped.
Aww.
It's just like she gets shot down, then she gets shot across the room. I'm like, Leland, you asshole!
No mercy.
Commander, we've been boarded.
Yeah, he did a good job choking Burnham out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess you're AI. What are you angry about? You're a computer.
Yeah, he's like doesn't just immediately take people out. Like, why?
You guys just aren't efficient AI. You're still trying to be human, which tells me writers don't know what computers are. So Pike says, all he's saying is goodbyes to everybody. And he's wearing the correct uniform.
I love it. I love the TOS style uniforms in Disco.
Yeah. And he's just like, well, you guys are planning on jumping into the future. You're going to need a new captain. And I just want it, turbo lift to open.
Showtime.
Captain. Enter Lorca. Come on.
It's Saru.
No.
We've been keeping him in the basement.
We already know it's not Saru because Saru's just like, yeah, when we get there, we'll discuss it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, you already sound like, you got all your confidence, but you sound like you're backing off of that command position that you've been talking about wanting.
Mm-hmm.
So, Burnham's just gonna be like, well, Saru, I kind of save the day every day, so...
might as well just do it.
Yeah.
I wonder if her character would be better if she was in command.
Well, yeah, she wouldn't be able to do everything because she just have to take orders and, give them and, delegate.
Would that feel better?
I don't know. I don't like listening to her, so probably not.
Okay.
She's worn me thin from season 1. I have not recovered yet.
Alright.
We get a little awkward Stamets and Hugh talk as they both talk about moving forward. The relationship just continues to confuse me now.
I'm sad they're not getting back together.
I mean, this episode, we'll talk about where it ends and then where everybody's going after this. It ends with Section 31 ships showing up.
And actually, I wanted to say this. One of the ways you can tell an episode is filler is it ends in exactly the same way the previous episode ends. And it's the exact same problem. Leland's fleet is inbound. So, really not much was accomplished here.
We don't have time. Leland's fleet's coming. Next episode, Leland's fleet's here. You had time.
Yeah. You had time to manufacture an entire time suit, apparently.
Yeah, and get that time crystal up and running.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure that will happen, during the battle.
Yeah.
A non-detonated Voltron torpedo is lodged in Enterprise's hull, Deck 5, Section 2.
Magnify.
I am trying to rack my brain, where's this series going now? We've got 1 episode left, I believe.
They have a lot of work to do with this last episode, and I'm really hoping we don't end up with another, really rushed feeling iPad of Doom scenario. I'm not over
We're
that.
not attacking the planet. I have an iPad, and I put a bomb everywhere, so...
Yeah.
Problem solved, guys. Thank God, because we only had 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
Well, this does open up some possibilities, because if Discovery goes into the future with the crew now, there's no reason they can't stay in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So our series could take place 2,000 some odd years in the future.
I think there's been sort of some people saying that they're thinking that season 3 is going to be all future season.
Yeah.
And we'll see where they go from there. But I could totally see that. They just get flung forward, and the optimist in me wants this to be, a fairly nice, expected Star Trek utopian future, but I feel like it's going to be a super shitty future where the Federation's gone to hell and now Discovery has to fix that somehow.
Our only point of reference is the Craft episode of where it seems
it's a shitty future where the Federation's gone to hell.
And you know how much is going to drive me nuts that Burnham saves the future?
Yeah.
She's already saved the past. Now she's going to save the future. I also I would have liked to have seen if this is where it goes, a ship from that era and what it can do and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's that too.
Yeah, we do have some future canon.
You laughed at me, but I said that this is going to kill the canon that is to come.
That's called writing a show, Jeff.
No.
Writing a show.
See, I picture here's your TOS and your next gen, look how it's all just evolving, and then it's just Discovery's just you think it's going that direction, we're going to jump to the future and change course.
Well, yeah, we have seen some future canon. So we've seen the Enterprise J. And the more I think about it, the more I hate the idea of the temporal police, but that is a thing. There's 29th century time ships or whatever.
We'll probably not see again.
No, because we've been mucking around too much and there hasn't been any time police. But yeah, so we should kind of be able to tell, hopefully, if this is the canon future, or if we do end up in that situation, if this is something that they're going to have to be changing, and if this is just going to be a potential future.
Control's fleet will be arriving in 4 minutes, 58 seconds, Captain.
Thank you, number 1. Mr. Bryce, make sure anyone else who wants to leave is on their way.
I can.
The rest of you, back to work.
So Chris, final thoughts?
Yeah, so this definitely falls back into the sort of setup and payoff pattern that I was talking about. This one was set up almost to the point of being filler.
I think it was payoff for Pike.
Yeah, this definitely, like, there was just a lot of Pike fan service here, just being Pike, and it was good stuff. But this, like, I wonder if this would have functioned better as a single 2-hour story. Because this one felt sort of stretched in some ways, rushed in others. We have to say goodbye to all these different people, all these different times, and we've got to sort of, I feel like we're wrapping these pretty bows on a lot of things so we can just do non-stop plot progression.
You had me at do non, but that's a cool concept you have there, actually, where it's just like, here's the 2-hour season finale.
Yeah.
Because that would build anticipation and excitement for, like, here's this big 2-hour epic, like, final. Mm-hmm. So that'd be a good idea.
Yeah. I think that, we'll see where it goes, but this episode was sort of empty in a lot of ways. I don't know if there's a whole lot going on here to talk about.
Lots of crying.
It's particularly interesting, yeah.
You know, Pike's just realizing, like, yeah, I gotta go back to my pretty ship with my pretty first officer and, you know, more crew. It was nice to see so many extras. There was a lot of people in this episode.
I did kind of like the escape, like, bridges that came out. Those were pretty cool.
Yeah, they were very Enterprise CGI to me, but
yeah. No, it was, like, the idea was cool.
Oh yeah.
Why wouldn't something like that exist?
I'd be so afraid to just be like, what do those shields don't hold?
That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about all the little fighter jets.
You do it.
There's, like, the whole cloud of them. And, you know, you've always sort of wondered why that sort of thing didn't exist. Like, if the Enterprise D is going to get into combat, wouldn't it be better to have, you know, these things are sort of like battle cruisers. Shouldn't they be having some fighter jets and that kind of things that they could launch off them? But holy crap, that was a swarm between the two of them there. And I'm starting to wonder, you know, where this technology went.
Well, I always, you know, my fan fiction with when I actually write my series here, I always wonder why they don't use the shuttles as weapons. Like, you're fighting the Borg.
Warp cores.
Yeah, you got warp cores. You're fighting the Borg. Launch it at warp at the Borg. Like, that's gonna do some damage.
Yeah.
Good luck stopping that.
Well, Star Wars already got you on that.
I had written this when I was 14-year-old Jeff, so I'm way ahead of that.
Yeah.
Attention all vessels. Clearance wave has arrived.
I was very happy with Non saying, I'm going to stay with Discovery because I'm a popular character and they're going to need me for season 3. Mm-hmm. Not that they're going to kill her in the final and make Jeff cry for the rest of the season.
No.
Yeah, it'll be a tough off season for you if that happens. Jeff, what are you up to today? I can't go out. I'm still upset about it. I thought this was a fun episode. Like, not a lot happened, but I thought it was like a lot of cool nods and winks. A lot of goodbyes. Too many goodbyes. Mm-hmm. Too many goodbyes for things that aren't going to be goodbye. How many people said goodbye in this episode that aren't actually saying goodbye?
Yeah, they're going to be back.
They're all going to be there next season. They're all going to be there next episode and be like, oh yeah, we can't really do that, so we'll hang out. Mm-hmm. So, overall though, I enjoyed the episode and I am very much looking forward to next week. Mm-hmm. To me, these are this, like, Discovery's getting stronger and stronger as it is heading.
It is getting stronger. We do a lot of nitpicks and we do a lot of complaining, but this is improving. It's getting better.
Still has its faults, but like if you can't overlook that, I mean, I could find faults in Star Wars. So you gotta enjoy your source material that you're getting. Mm-hmm. Well, as always, thanks for watching and see you next week for the final.
See ya.